What it do, what it is. It's your girl Taylor.
And it's Lex here, take 2, apparently.
And we are back with another episode of Women's Intuition.
We're drinking this episode, guys.
Yes, it's been a little minute for me. Well, you too, I feel like.
Yeah, I've been cutting back too. It's not fun to drink alone.
Yeah, I feel it.
For real.
About to take a little sip for episode, 34?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What's new? What's
been
been
a
up?
whole week.
A whole week? Oh, for a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what has happened in a week? Stuff. Why am I not prepared right now? I'm a little flustered. I guess it's the liquor. But not much has happened. Honestly, like stuff's going on with work, but I can't wait to talk about it. That's why I don't know what to say, because right now my work is consuming my mind, and we talked about it on the way over here.
Indeed.
Can't wait to talk about it, and it could be a bigger conversation of like being women and Black women in the workplace. But while it's unfolding, I'm just gonna, just see how it goes, because you just never know. I don't want to say too much. So besides that, dealing with work stuff, I just been, I'm about to be 31.
You are. Welcome to the club.
That sounds serious. That's a serious age.
It is. It's like over 30, but it's not like, I feel like it's not old though. It feels old because it's after 30 and it just make you feel like, damn. But how do you feel?
Okay.
Okay.
I feel okay. Like, there's no big like crisis. I don't think there will be tears this year. It's like, bitch, you've been here for a minute. Okay. It's been happening for a minute. Why are you so surprised? You just get older. So I'm excited for that. Shout out to my cousin. It's her birthday today.
Shout out to Tori.
August 7th. Hey girl, Leo gang. But what you been up to?
What have I been up to? You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I've been outside this weekend. Not too much, but Friday I did go out. That was the first time I was outside like that in like a year, bitch.
Did you get fucked up?
I did. It was so fun. I'm not gonna lie. Them random fuck ups, like turn ups, be needed.
Okay.
Yes.
Where you go?
Boogaloo.
Okay, they got new swings now. Did you?
You know what? I ain't even noticed.
Oh, okay. Because they used to just have regular swings. They got like little cages on their swings now.
Not the cages. You know what? I really didn't notice. It was my homeboys or my best friend's brother's birthday, so they had like a little section or whatever. So, it was always a good vibe. You ain't never really got to spend too much money when a motherfucker got a section,
That is true.
But I did, get some food. The food was good.
I was about to ask you. I was about to be like,
the food was good.
Was it better than when we went before the game that one time?
Ooh, we had a bad experience. Yeah, I forgot about that bitch.
How do you mess up a slider?
Yeah,
I just asked
that
for
was
some
bad.
sliders.
That was bad. They elevated since then.
Okay.
So,
what you order? Maybe I should get that next
wings.
time.
We got wings. I ordered like a big old platter of wings for everybody.
Okay.
They was good. All the flavors that we got was good. So,
okay. That's what's up.
That was shit. I said I've been outside, but that one day made me feel like I've been in the streets. That took a toll on me.
No, I
my body needed to like rest from that one day, So, but no, that's pretty much all I've been up to. Kickball has finally ended for the season.
Thank God.
We start next week. But honestly, I know I say this the last couple of seasons. I don't think I'm gonna play this season.
At this point, there's not even a such thing as a kickball season.
Yeah, it's just like all year round.
Y'all just keep doing that shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, I like fall because of the weather. But bitch, I'm sorry, I just miss like on Sundays going to church and watching football. Kickball has consumed my Sundays now, and I just feel like, it'd be fun, but Sundays is like, it's a thing. It's like, football. You clean, you do this, you cook, you prepare for the week, and you watch football. I can't do that if I'm at kickball from freaking 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. That shit is no fun, So I might take a break. I did tell my team I was probably going to take a little break this season, but we gonna see, child.
And they better respect your boundaries.
They better respect it, okay? But
Sorry,
what about you?
I've been looking at my phone. We already did me.
Okay.
But actually, I actually have an intuition. That's why I was looking at my phone. Because I needed the background information.
Gotcha.
So my intuition, I got 2, but the other one has to do with work. And I'm proud of that one.
Okay.
But we're just going to talk about that maybe next week. Okay. I feel like that'll be enough time. But I do have an intuition. Like I said, my birthday is coming up. Okay. So it's next Tuesday, the 13th. Cash App is $, Lexus Bank, LEXSBANK. But or Apple Pay if you got the number. But so I kind of, and I'm gonna hear groans from the audience, but I was like, it's my birthday, like I deserve birthday dick. I don't want any new birthday dick. I want to know some birthday dick that I know. Old? Yeah, I the niggas that I be having a hard time getting over, they know where every single spot is. They know exactly the shit I like. Like, yes, I want some guaranteed nuts on the board, okay? So, which would mean doubling back. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it'll be on my terms. On my birthday, I'm just going to be like, where you at? Like, it's my birthday. I need some birthday dick.
Not
just so I can get what I need. I'm not saying who. So that's been kind of like, right? However, the universe has been screaming at me. The universe, my subconscious, my intuition. About to bop you upside your motherfucking head. Bitch, it all started with, I mentioned this show that I was watching called Evil last week. And they had an episode on there where they talked about Lot's wife, the whole Sodom and Gomorrah. She turned into a pillar of salt and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. To be expected. It's like a religious possession show. So they talked about a story in the Bible. Then I'm listening to a podcast that I love. Shout out to We Talk Back. They actually had an episode called Salty Like Lot's Wife. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I was just talking about Sodom, like, heard something about Lot's wife. Then, I promise it's all going to come together, guys. I'm in Chicago last month, and we're having, like, I'm on the deck with my other two cousins, and we're having this really deep conversation. I don't know who we thought we were. We was drinking and smoking, y'all. And I was telling them about this dream that I've always had. I feel like I've told you about it. It's kind of a nightmare, but it's, like, reoccurring, and I've been getting it again lately. And in this dream, I'm running from something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a killer. I don't know who it is, why I'm running, if it's a monster, but I'm running. And the minute I turn to look back, the minute I turn to look back, my head gets stuck like that. And I'm stuck running like that the whole dream. I'm trying to get through doors. Like, I'm really trying to get away from this thing. And it's hard when your head is stuck like that. And so my cousin ends up sending me like this sermon where they reference Lot's wife again. And she's like, and this is like weeks later. And I'm like, oh, not you were thinking about me and my little dream that I drunkenly brought up. But she was like, that dream where you keep mentioning, like, when you look back, your head gets stuck and it's harder for you to, like, move on and stuff. She was like, listen to this. And in the sermon, they're like, the Bible, there's not a lot of women that you know by their name in the Bible. So they bring up Lot's wife. It's Genesis book of 19. Check me out. Because I really went and did my research. Y'all know I'm not even, like, I'm not super into, like, I don't want to say that. Sorry, God. But, I'm just not religious. I'm not very up on the Bibles and everything having to do religiously. And so I'm reading it, and she's in the sermon, she's like, the one thing God told her was like, don't look back at what's burning behind you. I'm saving you. You just look forward. And the minute she looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt and she got stuck there. And it basically goes on to tie it in with, like, she was so much more invested in what she was leaving behind that she wasn't focused on what God had planned for her, what he had already delivered her from, what he had already. And I'm sitting here like,
talk your shit.
I can't keep saying this is a coincidence. I'm like, wow, maybe this is literally God trying to, like, tell me, bitch, I know you're thinking about looking back and, like, because it's comfortable. But bitch, I done delivered you from this. I don't even think about this. Like, I finally am over him. And now I'm like, oh, well, since I'm over him, I feel like I could use him this time. God's like, bitch, don't do it. Like, we went through all of this. And so that was my intuition. My birthday still hasn't come. So, but as of right now, I'm not hitting that nigga up.
I'm about to say, so what did we learn today, Alexis?
I don't want to be Lot's wife. Period. I don't want to be Lot's wife. I'm going to look forward. So thank God, literally.
Because I'm like... We not doing that. Not at 31, baby girl.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah, that was a good one. I was like,
Taylor's going to be so proud of me.
I am proud of you. That's overpowered my intuition. I don't even have one, so we just going to
My intuition told me to take a break from kickball. Like, boo.
Get out. Okay, let's get into these topics, y'all. Starting with the very first one. Okay, so you know how I told you I went out this weekend?
Yes, turn up.
And I got a number, or I gave somebody my number.
I was about to say, you shot your shot?
But how do you feel about somebody asking you for your number and then, like, minutes later they talking to somebody else? It didn't really affect me, and I'm like, you not my nigga. You could talk to whoever the fuck you want to do, but isn't it like a courtesy of, like, talking to somebody and then, like, talking to another bitch, like, right in your face? Like, maybe take it to the other room, I don't care if you talk to another female, but it's like, go to the other section,
I feel it. I feel like that is crazy. Like, be discreet. But also, I feel like as women, we think it's crazy. I feel like men have to deal with that all the time. Like, they could approach a woman in the club, and whether she told him no or not, he's going to see other niggas approach her. And then he might actually see her really flirting back with him.
But it's different than niggas approaching you, though. You can't help that. Like, if bitches was walking up to you, I can't help that.
So you going out of your way
You going out of your way to ask me for my number, and then, like, 30 minutes later, I look up, and I'm like...
And you gave it to him?
This was before. I gave him my number before.
No, I'm saying, so he got it.
Right.
So not I actually gave it to you. Right. And you still like,
and I'm like, shit. So is this weird? Like I said, if I would have like slipped up, maybe I was walking to the bathroom and I kind of seen you in the corner. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't know I was coming. But like, for you to be blatantly in front of my section and like, you literally like at the section right next to me and you trying to holler at another girl, it's just like... Is that a red flag? Like, is that something you should ignore? Like, whatever. I'm gonna just keep fucking with him. Or is it like, no, bitch, peep the red flags early. Like, he don't respect you.
Well, you asking the wrong bitch. Because I'd be like, it's worth bringing up, but I don't think it's worth not fucking with him. If you actually liked him enough to give him your number, and you're a tough cookie, so he must have been saying something you liked. So did you actually were you actually fucking with him, or did you just give it to him to get him out your face?
So when he walked up to me, we were actually talking, like having a good conversation. So after, we got done, he was like, what you doing? Like, is it okay if I have your number? And I'm like, yeah, cool. We was vibing. It's not like he just randomly walked up to me and was like, oh, you look nice. Can I have your number? Like, we was really talking, you know? So it wasn't like weird or like,
how soon after did you see him go approach this other bitch?
Maybe we was in the club for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe like 40 minutes. Maybe like 30. It wasn't like right after.
Was they just talking, or you could tell? Like,
I could tell it was like flirtatious. Bitch, I'm not stupid.
It'd be easy to explain some of that away, because in the club you already got to kind of be close to hear somebody. So if he leaning in or they laughing, it's like, they might just be having a conversation. I don't know. Now if he was smacking that ass in front of you,
but it's like so you just go like. I mean, I get you going out, you trying to mingle. That's cool. But I do think it's a red flag if you like talking to girl A, girl B, girl C,
pink.
Girl D.
It's pink. That's not red. That's pink.
That's red for me.
I'm
sorry.
That is pink, Tay.
I'm sorry.
Because technically, you got to think that's not your nigga. You don't know him. Like, y'all are in a social setting to, like, I don't know.
I feel like that's the first sign of, like, you ignoring disrespect. Like, I feel like something else happens in the future and you like, I mean, he did do that in my face and it's like, I did try to ignore it. A proper, respectful nigga, he not about to talk to 10 females at one spot. Like, go to different locations. Don't be in the same spot talking to 30 females.
Hey, we're going to have to run this back when we get a man on the podcast. Maybe we'll bring one next week.
I don't know.
But that's interesting.
I was talking to my homegirls, though, and they was like, no, I feel you. Like,
now, look, let me give you the inverse. You remember our homegirl Nicole's birthday? Bitch got fucked up. Fucked up.
She did.
I don't know if this was the first location or the second, but where were we at first? No, this had to be the second location. We were at the second location because we were like in the parking lot and she was like fucked up, shoes off and stuff. And it was just a bunch of us and we're like, Nicole, fuck. We were just talking. And there was a guy there and I remember he like came up to me. He started talking to me and I'm just being nice. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And like, not really, I'm fucked up too. And he happened to mention, he was like, yeah, you real cool. Your other 4 friends I tried to talk to, they stuck up. And I was like, hold the fuck up.
That's weird. Like, that's embarrassing.
For me, I felt embarrassed. I'm like, not everybody had the discernment to not fuck with you.
But I'm the one.
And you looked up with me. And I didn't even give this nigga my number. We didn't do nothing. He just so happened. Like, I was actually laughing. Like, I was actually engaging back with him. He was like, man, he thought he was complimenting me. Yeah. Your other 4 friends. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Bougie. So you just went down the line. See, I think I would care if it was like people I'm with. Like, I don't know.
That's the same to me. Like, there's no difference. Like, that's still kind of like embarrassing. Like, I end up choosing you, but you didn't already talk to 30 females like in my circle or around me, or just like, say I would have left the club with you or something, or not like that, but say we would have walked out together. Bitches thinking like, this nigga tried to talk to me and my homegirls over here.
Look, y'all, he finally got him one.
And it's like that. It's just giving like, I don't want to say thirsty, but a scale of thirsty. Like, you don't got to talk to every single female. And I used to tell my homeboys this. You don't got to talk to every single female you think is cute. Like, it's okay to watch. It's okay to look and be like, damn, she look good. But you don't got to walk up to every single one. Like, it just give red flag.
I just think it's different how we approach people. Like, niggas will cast a wide net and see what they come back with. Women are specifically, they know which ones they even want to waste time on. But niggas is like, well, we gonna see. Because even if she not the finest, he be like, oh, she might be the one I like to talk to. She might be the one that cooks. She might be the one that like to go to, you know.
And that's fine. That's why I'm like, just not in my, like, it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I had a roster, you're not going to know I got a roster, but I'm not about to text my roster in your face, you know, like,
so
morals.
When you saw that, you completely was like,
yeah, I was
turned off.
with him. I was turned off. I was like, nah, it's not giving.
Oh, I'm curious. I got to ask another guy.
It's not giving.
Okay, so, you sound like you complaining.
No, I don't. I got standards.
I was just trying to find a way to really segue into the next topic. But I want to talk about the fact that we are literally becoming our parents right in front of our eyes with all this fucking complaining. And I'm guilty of it. I feel like I'm like less guilty of it because I feel like people, like, everybody's complaining about everything. About this younger generation. They just, everything's so sexual now, where everybody's these kids are getting lip fillers, these kids are wearing weaves and lace fronts to school, these kids are doing this and doing that. And I just feel like we sound like our parents. Like, imagine them, how many years ago? 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 years ago. Before people was walking around with tattoos on their face. Before we started walking around with this colorful ass hair and this obnoxious makeup, eyelashes, long ass nails. I mean, of course there were certain girls who did do that. There was always like the hood bitch aesthetic. They was always doing the nails and the golds and shit. Now everybody's doing it. Now we're wearing like, we just are showing everything. Our parents were mortified when this shit started happening. And it's literally happening in front of our eyes. Imagine like 100 years ago when the first bitch started showing her ankles. They was like,
oh no, man.
Catherine?
Get in the fucking house.
Like, girl, Eustace, come get your daughter. Her ankles
in the fucking house now, Sarah.
We are turning into grumpy people. Like, do you ever feel that sometimes? Like, do you ever catch yourself like, I sound like my mama?
Maybe sometimes, only because what you explaining, like, I didn't necessarily move like that. So, you know, I feel like as a kid, I kind of judged other people who did stuff like that. Like, I wasn't 16 showing my belly. You know, like you said, I ain't have like long nails and like a gold tooth when I was like 19, you know? So I feel like how and I don't want to say judge, but like I was definitely looking at you kind of like, you kind of fast, but it is what it is.
It's judging.
Yeah,
we
it's
all
judging.
Judge. Like, yeah, it's judging.
So I probably had that mentality like when I was a kid, like because I wasn't like that, you know. So I'm not gonna say I'm my parents, but it's just I feel like it's just also your environment growing up, what you see, like what you don't do, what you do. I think that kind of like matters too, you know.
I caught myself doing that this weekend. I ended up taking it's a young girl who's been close with our family since we like kind of like adopted her with the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Hella siblings, bad side of town. Let me not like profit off of this is her actual life. But anyways, I've known her since she was like 7. She's gonna be 16 this month. She's going into 10th grade. I had to go all the way down to Jonesboro to a very interesting part of town and pick her up because I was like, hey, I had told her like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up and take you to get a couple outfits for your first like week of school. First of all, I'm like, am I rich auntie or what? So she comes out and like, first of all, belly out, like just, and I be getting on her because she's, y'all, when I tell you, and this is gonna sound weird, but I'm just saying as a woman, like she has developed. So like body, I mean, better than mine at this point. I mean, she don't got no titties, but like the proportions. So already I'm worried like, okay, I'm gonna have to be like, nigga, she's 15. Yeah. Nigga, she's 15. When we were out of town at the family reunion, I'm like, stop giggling with that grown ass man. Tell him you're 15 and get out of your face. Like there's nothing he should be laughing with you about. He's not slick. So I see, this is me turning into my aunt, but like my mom, but that's a good part. But while we go to Stonecrest and we're walking around and she's like picking up stuff and I'm seeing like other kids and I'm just like, where are their parents at? Why are these kids in the mall at this time of day? Why are her shorts so short? Why does she have a 40-inch weave? Like, and I was just like, wow. Because I remember when I was a teenager at Stonecrest, just being grown, wanting to have fun and shit like that. And I'm like, wow, I'm really turning into
that person.
The same people who used to judge me when I was out here trying to be grown and just trying to live life. Like, so I just want everybody to take a deep breath. I don't think that this generation is as lost as we think it is.
Nah, they are, Lex.
But I just also feel like, bro, at 20, I was wildin' too.
We was wild, but we were 20. They be 16 doing the shit we doing.
Okay, yeah, but when I say, okay, now let me get off the 16-year-olds. But like even the generate, like these young kids acting crazy and shit. Do you remember, and I don't even know if we want to say this on camera, do you remember the game that we used to play in college every time we got to a red light?
Yeah, take a shot.
Just music blasting every time we take a shot. You could be driving or I'm driving, and the person in the passenger seat is pouring a shot down the drive. We're driving. And we just thought that was so fun. Now when I think about that, I'm like, we were dumb as fuck. Yeah. Like, that's also, so stupid. And kids do reckless stuff like that now. And we can't act like we didn't do that.
We did, but I feel like we was also responsible. Like, we would know, like, if we was too drunk, nobody driving. We never overdrove, Legs.
Yeah, okay, so, like, we weren't as irresponsible, but that's still responsible regardless to be playing a game where you're drinking and driving like that. That's crazy.
But we drink and drive now. Like, I feel like we always know. Like, and I'm being real. Like, I'm really being real. You know, like, we know our limits. I feel like we've always, and I'm not promoting drinking and driving, but if we go into a bar, we having 3 drinks, I'm driving home. Like, you know, so I feel like we never was just like sloppy drunk and that person had to drive. Like, we was always responsible with it. Like, we knew our limits to a certain extent, and we was in college and we wasn't in Atlanta driving in the city doing shit like that. Like, we knew when we came home.
But hey, if we would have went to like Georgia State or something and was partying, I feel like we would have been just as reckless.
I don't know.
Our lobes were not developed yet, and these kids' lobes are not. I'm just like, I feel like it's gonna, once they get older, they're gonna look back and see how dumb they were. I feel like it happens with everybody. You get older and realize that was dumb as fuck. I was dumb.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it could have been worse. I feel like I was very responsible for my age, for being in college, not having my parents, like us living on our own. Like, we were very responsible, bro. We seen people who were very much unresponsible. Yeah. Shit, not to call out names, but just like our homeboys in college, we used to like have to parent them. Like, where's your phone? Like, why do you not have friends around you and you out at a club drunk? We always stuck together. Girls like that don't move like that, you know? So I feel like we was very responsible. Don't discredit our parents.
We wasn't as bad, but I will say sometimes I just don't think that they're this younger generation. I'm like, yeah, they're doing crazy shit now, but I feel like it's expected and it's gonna, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being lenient, but I just feel like, I don't know. I have hope for the kids.
I do. It's just, honestly, I feel like with this generation, it's just social media that's like influencing them.
And
in
you know
a different
what?
Type
Maybe
of way.
if social media was even bigger to where we were constantly recording everything even more so, or like people were getting famous off of going viral, there's no telling what our generation would have did with what these kids got. Like, if think about like our homeboy who used to hit the scams on like the refunds and he would take us to the malls and shit. Imagine that nigga, not having to do with him doing that, but imagine that nigga when you could get rich off of social media. That nigga would have been doing some stupid ass fucking shit, man.
That was the era though, bitch. That was the era.
But you wasn't getting real. You wasn't going viral. Like, you could go viral today fast as fuck.
Yeah, you could go viral.
Like, you could go viral back then. There was Vine and shit, but this day and age, you go viral for damn near everything.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I definitely feel like social media is affecting this generation. And that gave us a little advantage because it was a little smarter than, how they are now.
Yeah, I feel it.
But okay, getting into our favorite, segment?
Yes.
Wild or Wild Not.
Wild or Wild Not. Wild or Wild Not. Wild or Wild Not.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Wild or Wild Not. And by the way, this topic is being sponsored by Lex. Okay, Wild or Wild Not. Dang. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I thought I was a little prepared in that. All right. Never tell your nigga how bad your last nigga did you.
Whew. Not wild. Learned that. It took me a minute to learn it. I still haven't executed not doing that.
Yeah.
But the next nigga, I'm going to tell him my last nigga treated me like a queen.
So he can treat you like a queen.
Treat me like a queen.
I feel it.
He ain't gonna be like, oh, that nigga did all that, and that, and you still let him hit?
Yeah.
He like, shit, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm cheating on this bitch every day.
Shit. Okay.
I ain't never gonna
see
call
what
her
you
ass.
going for. Right? Nah, bro. I'm telling that nigga like, all my niggas treat me like a queen, so what's up? I'm gonna tell him I have a dad. Disprove it. He can't watch the show. I'm like, yeah, my daddy ain't going for that. Oh, he overseas. He in the military.
So watch it.
What about you?
No, I agree. Not wild, not at all. I feel like, you introduce this level of like relationships to niggas of your past, and they feel like, okay, so she tolerate this. This is what she tolerates. This is what I'm bringing to the table then.
And I hate that because I feel like it's playing. I really hate the thought of like playing games or like not being as authentic because naturally, and it's only a game for me because naturally I'm an oversharer.
Yeah.
Naturally, I've been one of those people. Look, Pretty Little Liars really did raise me because I really do think that secrets make friends. Like the more secrets, the more of my vulnerable like moments and stuff that I share with you, I feel like that makes me closer with somebody.
Yeah.
And it backfires all the time. I end up oversharing.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe trauma dumping. I've worked with that with my therapist. Like I realized that like, not on no match no energy shit because I really hate that saying because it's like, so you match an energy just to, it feels like tit for tat-ish to me.
Yeah, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, and she even had, my therapist had to tell me like, don't even look at it like that. Have you ever thought that maybe you're like trauma dumping on your friends?
Yeah.
Maybe you're coming to them every time a nigga does you wrong and they going through their own shit, but you sitting here. So pay attention to like what they share with you and match the level of sharing.
Self-awareness.
So that basically. So same thing with niggas. Like I really do like, I love like telling all my business.
You do.
I don't know what it is. Like I do. And I've accepted it. Like that's one of those things people don't like to accept. I've accepted that I like attention and that I like telling my fucking business. But I've had to adapt. Like I can't tell every nigga how bad another nigga did me. Yeah.
And also I'm taking this literal. Like it says new nigga. Like if you're a brand new nigga, I'm not telling you about my past nigga. Now we like, pretty solid. It's been a little, you're not new nigga no more. You kind of like medium nigga. Like you like a comfortable nigga, you know? And we having real conversations and you just seem genuine. I'm probably going to just release some past, information throughout my relationship just to kind of like let you know what I've been through,
I feel like that's like that's a gradual thing.
Yeah.
I feel like my thing is in the beginning, maybe I'll like dump it like venting.
Yeah, you
like,
be on day one.
I can't stand my ex. You know this nigga. And really I'm talking shit about him and not realizing that makes me look bad. I'm thinking I'm making him look bad. Like, my last ex, like he put his hands on me, like, and then it's like, oh,
you dealt with that?
And you kept going back. Yeah. Like y'all was together for how long? Like, oh, like that's not okay. Thanks. So yeah. Do you think there's a such thing? Actually, that's kind of my topic. Do you think that there's a such thing as like sharing too much, like with friends and a partner?
I feel like it's comfortability. I feel like it's the level of your friendship. I feel like you have friends for different things. I feel like some friends I'm more vulnerable with. Like there might be different men in my relationship that I've been more vulnerable with than like other men. Yeah. So I just feel like it's the level of how comfortable somebody makes you feel, or just like maybe they have previous situation that's like kind of similar to yours, so you can kind of relate to them. It really just depends on me. It depends on the person, the relationship. Yeah. Like I can overshare with some people. I'm just not an oversharer naturally, but I can overshare with this person, but I might not share nothing with this person, So it depends for me. What about you?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, everything you said sounds good. Have I always done that? Well, we know, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just an oversharer. But I've been like really actually working on it lately. So I think I've gotten better at like at least waiting until somebody asks me, so how's your love life? Like, before coming in.
I thought you never asked.
That'd be me. But let me say on the inverse of even the first part where you said like the wild or wild not or whatever, I will also say that it's crazy that I'm so quick to overshare with niggas, and it's a turnoff when niggas share shit about their last bitch with me. Like, but usually it's in the form of like, my last girl, she ain't have to pay for shit. I used to pay for everything and she just ain't. I hate when niggas start, and it never fails. A nigga gonna tell you, and sometimes I think he be lying. Yeah. But he gonna tell you he paid that bitch phone bill. He gonna tell you that bitch never had to worry about lunch. He was constantly paying for her hair. Don't tell me shit. That shit is a turnoff to me. Don't tell me shit if you're not doing it for me. You're not going to sit here and you telling me all the great shit you done did for this bitch. Okay, so what you going to do for me? And then if I ask for something, or if I'm like, if I hint towards something, is women always want to use men for money. Nigga, you led with that. I thought that was an advertisement. You ain't want me to ask you about that treatment? Like, what's that package? Why you think I'm here, nigga? You wasn't telling me your hopes and dreams. You was telling me what bills you willing to pay. I thought that's what you wanted me for. Like, so, yeah. So I guess in summation, like, keep our fucking business to ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into our next topic, poly. That's just the next topic, poly.
I do love that topic.
I know you do. Okay. How do you feel like seriously dating somebody and they're asking you to be in a poly relationship? Now, you might either think polygamy or polyamory. Mm-hmm. So it's two different meanings, okay? Polygamy is, let me go to my little notes, the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Polygamy exists in 3 specific forms. Okay. Where a man has multiple wives, mm-hmm. where a woman has multiple simultaneous husbands, or a group marriage where the family unit consists of multiple husbands and multiple wives of legal age. Okay. Mm-hmm. Polyamory or consensual non-monogamy is the practice of having multiple intimate relationships, whether sexual or just romantic, with the full knowledge and consent of all parties involved. Mm-hmm. Polyamory is generally not gender specific. Anyone can have multiple partners of any gender. Mm-hmm. So I'm referring to polyamory because polygamy, I feel like that's just not really our culture in a way. Like, I don't know how I feel about. I feel like that's different. But what about polyamory? If your nigga set you down and he was like, you know, babe, I love you. You my everything. But he was like, you know, I want to fuck other bitches from time to time. You know, how would you genuinely feel like at this big age, y'all been together for a minute, he kind of trying to, let me not say save the relationship, but this is like real conversations. What you doing?
Y'all know me. I've stuck my toe into the poly pool a couple times. Haven't done that in a while. In your very specific example, probably not. Okay. But I do have situations where I would be okay with it. Like I don't like situations where we started off monogamous and then somebody asks to go poly. Because it feels like either we're trying to save something, we're trying to switch something up. Maybe we're just not working. So whatever. Now there's a caveat to that. If we're in a marriage for a long time and maybe we decide to open it, I could see that after we've tried it for some years. Especially if you're married for
like 20 years or something.
Yeah. But I think I like when you go into something up front knowing what it is. I had played with that. There's this app called Field where you can find people. Now Georgia's a lot of white people. It's not a lot of black people. The one black couple I found, that bitch is working at my job now. It's crazy. It's awkward as fuck. Like, oh, we was all in a group chat with your husband. Yeah. They got a kid now and everything. They cute as fuck. I'm like, we just gonna act like it never happened. But I think it's better for me, knowing up front. Because I think when a guy asks you out of nowhere and you've always been monogamous, that's when I'm going to get those insecure thoughts of like, okay, so what's changed? Did you already meet somebody and you just like her? Or it just feels a little more sneaky. But if it's up front and that's what we're doing, I haven't even ruled out a poly relationship for me in the future. Like, I could see myself doing that. Yeah.
No, I agree. I might not be as open to it, like I feel like as you are, but it's something that I would just not completely rule out. You know, like I'm not about to shut you down. Let me say that. Especially if one, we're married and we've been married for years. If two, I feel like it would have to be on some like, honestly, like, I don't know. If a nigga come up to me, he'd be like, you know, like, this is my lifestyle. I don't know how it would feel. I just don't know. But also I probably would not like if we've been together and we've been monogamous and now all of a sudden you like, oh, hey.
So under what conditions could you see it being brought to you to where you're like...
Probably being married for like 15 to 20 years. Okay. And we just trying to, you know, maybe he thinking about, I don't know, cheating. Let me just, you know, let me just throw that out there because it happens. It's a realistic thing. And maybe he just trying to be honest with me and he like, you know, hey, like, I don't know, maybe I've been having thoughts, dreams. I don't know how I would feel, but... I would be open to the conversation.
To me, I feel like it would be worse if it's triggered by him liking somebody. So he's coming to me because he's thinking about cheating because there's somebody at his job.
Person.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus it being like, I want to explore this. Like, I want to do this. We're strong. Like, let's explore this. That to me is more genuine than, oh, you just want to fuck this other bitch.
No, I agree.
And you want me to be okay. And you think because you're being upfront and honest, of like, I mean, I appreciate it. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll applaud this fish for swimming. But no.
No, I'm saying the cheating thoughts of like the very, 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 very beginning.
Yeah.
You know, like where your brain just like goes to like thinking about outside of the relationship sexually.
Yeah.
You know?
But what you said resonates with me, where you said like, you know, maybe just marriage because you can't see a guy coming up to you and being like, this is my lifestyle. But that makes sense. Right now, if a guy said that to me, but I don't know, y'all. I've been single for a minute. I ain't been messing with nobody.
You take anything.
I think I'm, no, but I think I'm open to explore those other avenues again right now because I've been, but like a few months ago, like maybe even a year ago, that's not where I was. So a nigga walking up to me at that time, it has to be when I'm looking for that. When I was playing, like when I was actually doing that, I was actively looking for that. Like I went to go find somebody. We went on dates. Like I was in that space to where I was welcoming it. But you're not gonna catch me. I mean, I'm not the same person I was then. So in this day and age, like maybe a year ago, like I said, I would be like, oh no, I'm not on that. Like cool, no judgment, but I'm not doing that right now. Check back with me later. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, y'all know I like a lot of like fantasy, like fiction, and a lot of it, like I like to read these like online stories, and I look up reverse harem, and it's basically these stories where like it's a reverse harem because usually a harem is like a guy with a bunch of different women, and they're all like concubines or they're all like dedicated to him. But reverse harem is when a girl has the different guys, and I used to love those books, and they get really spicy.
I wonder how the man feel about that.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, that might be in my future. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go into another topic. Dang, I don't have my regular glasses. I'm like, should I put these ones on?
Yeah, just for the hell of it, just for the skit.
Okay, guys. We need a beat for this.
We do. Like some like CNN or something.
Yeah, but like with a little trap beat on the back. Yeah,
some Gucci in the background. Some dun-dun-dun,
yeah. Real nigga news. Okay, so if you haven't guessed, the segment Lesser Known News is back this week. And I want to talk about something that is so interesting to me. Did you know that in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, well, I guess all of Louisiana. Okay. Louisiana has become the first state in the United States to impose surgical castration as a criminal punishment. Meaning.
I'm mad at it.
Right. So let me give y'all the details. I know that sounds crazy. Okay. So the new law, which actually came into effect August 1st, allows the court to order surgical castration, which is the removal of a man's testes or a woman's ovaries, as punishments for adults convicted of first or second degree aggravated rape in cases involving children under 13. Hearing that, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do it. So Louisiana is the first state. I don't hate the idea. Some states have already imposed chemical castration, which is actually reversible. But Louisiana is going to be the first one to do this. Now, chemical castration, I just want to say what that is. It actually entails injections of Depo, the birth control, and that temporarily lowers testosterone in both men and women. So that's what chemical castration is. And a few states have that, like California and Florida. A lot of states, though, are very upset. And, like, I get it. Only because our legal system is already very flawed. Yeah. So unless there is something on camera, like I need y'all to know beyond a shadow of a doubt before y'all start taking people's balls and ovaries. I agree. Because there's too many situations. Even, you know, the past month or so, I've seen a couple of headlines of like a man getting out of jail because he's been in jail for years because he was accused of rape, and the bitch is just now saying, oh, I lied. It's not him. Yeah. Could you imagine if shit like this is like shit that's irreversible like this is done to people and there's not concrete evidence? Yeah. And then even without, and we could say, okay, with concrete evidence, or even but DNA. Money talks. Yeah. So if somebody's rich ass son gets accused of raping their younger sibling or something, and their dad doesn't want him to go away and decides to blame it on a gardener or some shit, money talks. And so next thing you know, this innocent person is getting their balls chopped off because, you know. So that's my only downfall,
disadvantage of it, yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad we're fighting back. Under 13 is crazy. aggravated rape, that means it was also violent. Like, I mean, you know, of course, statutory is terrible too, but aggravated, like, you really forced that baby, like, you hurt that baby, like, that's traumatizing. Like, I'm like, yeah, to me, I'm like, kill him. Firing squad. But also, you know, death penalty that's hard too, because there's been people who got the injection and years later when new technology came out, they didn't do it. So it's hard to impose stuff like that. I don't know. What you think?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I said this months ago. I do think like something needs to be done. I feel like if you raping people, if you like, you know, having sex with minors, raping kids, like molesting, any of that, I feel like you need to get your balls cut off and you don't need to have kids.
I'm a big fan of street justice now. Where I'm like,
you need to get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like something needs to happen. I just feel like, I don't want to say jail is not enough, but doing stuff like that, like it's just not enough. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah. No,
like,
that's crazy.
I feel like that's worse than you telling me you killed somebody in self-defense.
It is.
Like,
we said that before. I can understand a murderer.
Yeah.
I can never understand a rapist.
But you messing with kids like that, like, it's just not.
Did you see on the Olympics? Oh, I should have looked up the details. But on the Olympics, there's a guy. It's another country. Is it like Norway? Oh, don't sue me.
When he got in trouble for messing with the girls?
No, he plays volleyball. He apparently was convicted of raping a 12-year-old. And they're still letting him play in the Olympics, but he's not allowed to be in the Olympic Village, and he's not allowed to, like, when he's not playing, he's not allowed to be around other people,
kids and stuff.
But I'm like, motherfucker, like, he shouldn't be representing your country, like. But you know, certain countries they more interested in their country taking home the gold, but that's crazy because the U.S. was ready to kick out Sha'Carri for weed, and you motherfuckers is letting convicted child rapists play volleyball and represent them.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's very much wild.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah, usually I don't even be agreeing with stuff like that, but
take them balls.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic, our last topic, being a mom and hiring a nanny. I know it sounds foreign to us, because it is, because we ain't no mothers. But like, if you was a mom, like, because I hear a lot of talk about moms saying how they would prefer to just be home with their kids, especially like the first couple of years, rather than hiring a nanny, because they feel like they're not really getting that mother and kids time. You know, at that age, that's a very important age. They're walking, they're learning how to talk. Fundamental things are being done, you know? So would you get a nanny, or would you be like, I guess, a stay-at-home mom throughout the time?
Okay, it goes deep.
So many factors into this, of course.
First child, one child, I'm not getting a nanny. I'll get a night nurse. There's some doulas there's like after birth doulas who come over and help. Like, I'll take the help, you know, totally. Look, especially I understand people who don't have like a mom to help like that. Maybe their mom's in a different state.
Yeah.
Me, I personally think that my mom's going to be like hands-on. And so I get it. I get not wanting to leave your kid. You don't want to put your kid in daycare. You don't want to just do random babysitters. So yes, a nanny would be ideal if you don't have the opportunity to like work from home, or maybe you don't have a good medical, you know, you don't know people's thing. But if I have a chance not to, I don't think I would. Yeah. And maybe that's just not my tax bracket, but I've never in my head just been like, I'm gonna look. One of my coworkers just gave birth. I can't stand her, but she just gave birth. She came up to bring her baby to the job, and she brought her au pair. You remember that movie, Au Pair? It's basically like a nanny. I guess it is a nanny. But yeah, I don't know why you brought her to.
What is she doing here? I'd be like, who was this?
Like, but no. What about you? I don't think you would do it.
Yeah, I just can't see and you know, I watch a lot of crime shit. Yeah, I just don't trust people. Like,
so I think a nanny is. I mean, like that's like one set person. The kid really grows up. I think a nanny is a better option than like taking your kid to daycare. Yeah, or like just a babysitter. Maybe it's not the same babysitter. So I get it, but like, I think I'm more scared of a nanny. I'm scared my kid's gonna like call her mommy. Oh no! Or get closer to her. I mean that is a true thing. Where the nannies know more about the kid than the mom, and I think I would feel some type of way about that. Like, oh, I'm not your number one girl in your life.
I would rather, like you said, I just know if I have kids, my mom is just like gonna be there, like literally there, will help with everything. But also, I hope the daddy there too. Like, you know, like I I'm hoping this nigga is able to like work and support us while I'm at home taking care of my kids, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to like have to work, especially while my kid is like between the ages of like 1 to 2.
I feel that.
Like I feel like that's a very young, important age. And then maybe after that, when it's time to maybe like go to daycare, that's when like your grandma can watch you, your granddad can watch you. Yeah. You know?
I don't want my kids to go to daycare until they can talk, until they can tell me what's their happened,
what you ate today, who did you have, who was your friend,
hurt you, did somebody. I want to hear. I want them to be able to talk. But so we've been pretty real. We've admitted to judging. Do you judge people when they have nannies?
No, I don't
like
judge.
Even a little bit?
No, because I feel like celebrities, I do think is necessary. You know, like I feel like you might have so much going on, or I don't know what the scenario might be. And I feel like for single parents, it is necessary. If you don't have any help, I do think you need a nanny. But my mama here, and my daddy here, and my sister here, you know, and like my brother here. So it's like, we gonna have options before we go to the nanny route. So I don't judge you, but I just want to have that bond with my kids.
Yeah, I feel that.
And that, like, my mom was like that, you know, like she did everything to like, her life was based on us growing up, you know, but she was still able to like work, but her priority was us. So,
and I feel like my mom's was different. Like she was working like constantly, but I think that's why she's so eager for me to have grandchildren. I think she really wants to like be there she says all the time, you just need to push it out, I'll take care of it. She's like, look, at this point the guy doesn't need to stay, like, what are you trying to fall in love? He don't need to stay around, we need the baby. Like I'm like, Mom, sorry for wanting better for myself.
I be telling I'm like, y'all mad because y'all raise good kids, like, what's going on here?
You were so adamant about me not being 16 and pregnant. Now you wish
like, now every age my dad is like, oh, I had your sister by this age, or, you know, I remember I turned 25, my daddy literally set me down. He was like, 25, me and your mama was married. And I'm like, what does that have to do with my life? Like, yeah,
I keep thinking, my mom had me when she was 29.
My mom had me when she was 29 too.
And so when I turned 29, I was like, damn, okay. Well, girl, I don't know. Have you been thinking about that?
I don't, because again, my mom had my brother at 34. So it's like, I know if it's meant for me to have kids, I've never stressed about that. If it's meant for me to have kids, it's meant for me to have kids. Whether I'm 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, like it's healthy 37-year-olds having kids, you know? So
I can literally hear my biological clock ticking.
I mean, it's a lot of medicine now. It's a lot of like, you know, doctors.
Someone told me that there was like some insurance now will cover freezing your eggs. They were like, if you really freeze your eggs.
For sure. Like, that's why I'm like, it's older women having kids at this age. Like, don't fret.
Would you do a surrogate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I would.
I've been seeing some stories about surrogates lately.
They've been crazy, huh?
Like changing their mind at the last minute. And people are like, well, what are the laws? Like, what are the laws? Or even I saw this one couple, they got a surrogate or whatever. They ended up breaking up. Like they got a divorce. The husband just left.
That'd be my issue.
The husband left. Now the mom was like, I don't want the baby anymore. Yeah. The surrogate's like,
what do I do?
I'm not keeping this mother.
I'll probably adopt before I do that, though.
Yeah, I've always wanted to adopt. Yeah, but I do want at least one kid that I want.
Biologically yours. Yeah,
if it's a girl.
It. Yeah, I feel it.
I want her to have some big eyes.
Like you. I feel like she gonna look just like you, too.
I hope so. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into what we've been watching, reading, anything.
Yes, I'm finishing Love Island. Why is it so many episodes?
Yeah.
Please tell me. Am I missing something? Like,
no, somebody asked me, they're like, y'all gonna talk about Love Island? I was like, well, we did a little bit last episode, but Taylor is behind, so I didn't want to ruin anything.
I'm on episode, I want to say like 24. Why is it like 30 episodes?
Yeah. I mean, after a certain amount of time, I skipped. Like, I don't care about when the families come on the screen. Like, I don't care about those episodes. Like, towards the end, when everybody's coupled up, you know who it is. I just kind of stop watching, and then I just wait for the winner.
Okay.
But, okay.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Who's Leo with right now?
Who's that? The one with the accent?
Leah's like she was like Armenian or something. She's Persian. She was obsessed with Rob.
Oh.
Is she with Miguel?
She's with Miguel, but something weird. So they just went to
Casa.
Yes, bitch, that shit was crazy. I was like, what the fuck?
Kaylor, fuck Aaron.
Fuck.
Aaron.
I'm not gonna lie, she annoying as fuck. Annoying as fuck. Like,
I miss Liv. Liv was my girl.
Liv.
She was the Australian with the long blonde
the big
hair,
boobs and the lips.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What happened to her? See, I must have missed that episode. She got kicked off.
Yeah.
I missed that. See, I'll be falling asleep.
I miss her.
What, did somebody not pick her?
Yeah. At
Okay.
the end, yeah. Something happened where she didn't get picked.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, so I'm like in that area, in that space, you know. Yeah,
that's
but it's
good.
It's good. It's getting good.
All right.
So that's all I've been watching. What about you?
I finished Evil. I'm so sad. I really don't have like a show. I need to find another show with like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I started rewatching. I think I'm about to rewatch Game of Thrones again. House of the Dragon just ended. That last episode was bullshit.
Damn, I was about to say crazy. Damn.
They should have ended it at the second to last episode. But even still, when you look at the season, I'm like, so what happened? Because a lot of the stuff we could have had like in the first 3 episodes, barely anyone died. I'm like, what the fuck is like? It was so slow this season. Yeah. So, and then they're not going to start filming again until 2025. So that's a long time to wait. But so I'm just waiting on some shows to come back right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a good comfort show right now. I've been addicted to The Chi. To the point where I went to my homegirl's house the other day and I have her addicted to it. And I love that because she's like, pull up and we can eat and watch The Chi. And I'm like,
I thought you finished.
Yay! I did. It's to the point, y'all, my brother, he be knocking on my door like, turn that shit off. Why can I hear at night? Last time on The Chi. And I'm like, fuck you. This is my, y'all know when I find a comfort show, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But it has been a little too long. I think this was my show all summer. And I'm okay with that. I'm about to go home and watch it again. Like,
what I'm finna watch? I don't know.
What's the problem?
Okay, girl, what you listening to?
I ain't been listening to nothing, but I'm gonna go in my phone and see what I got recently, and I'm gonna go with, you know what?
That's something your daddy be listening to, your mama be listening to.
Shut up. I literally, that's crazy. I ain't been listening to nothing. You go first.
Okay, well, I'm going to go. The girl's name is Oli, O-L-I, triple V, V-V-V, Olivie. I don't know. But I came across her on Instagram. I heard a little snippet, and now I'm obsessed with this one song. It's called Vulnerability.
Okay.
It like, I love samples. I know people are like tired of samples. I love samples. But she it's like a super old sample, like Mr. Sandman type era, like one of those old white samples. And this is a black girl. Okay. But it's a good song. I really like it. And she added like a little upbeat to it. It's good. It's called Vulnerability. So
okay, you know what? This came up on my playlist the other day. It's called Trey the Truth in
why you say his name like that?
Ibiza.
Okay.
And it's by J. Cole. And that shit riding.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good song.
So it's Trey the Truth and J. Cole?
That's the name of the song. So I'm assuming.
Let me see.
Hold on. I don't want to play it.
I'll just show me the.
Yeah.
The whole song is called Trey. I'm like, isn't Trey the Truth a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay. So never mind.
You think about Chance the Rapper?
No, there's someone named Trey the Truth. I
don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, and it came out this year, so it's pretty new.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for all the support. Y'all was really fucking with our last episode, so I need y'all to show the same amount of love to us this week. Episode 34. We are over and out. Keep listening, keep commenting, reviewing, putting people on. We're at Women's Intuition, IN2ITION. What you gotta say?
Y'all already know what to do. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that bell button so y'all can see whenever we drop any new episodes. Make sure y'all follow our podcast page and our socials, our personal pages. You know, we love the support. And yeah, we're gonna see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.